Kids see magic because they look for it. Christopher Moore. Hey guys, welcome back to One Candle Society, here with another Top 5. Here with your host, Vic Whately.
And Marcus D. And guys, there's so many chilling tales of the paranormal. But anytime a child is involved in one of these stories, it always just adds a little extra disquiet. So that's why we've scoured the internet looking for our favorite paranormal stories involving children, to give you guys our top 5 chilling things said by children. Number 5. The Clown-Like Man. In the early 2000s, a 9-year-old boy went missing from his rural Montana home. Police searched the home and the surrounding area, but were unable to locate the boy. When interviewing his older 11-year-old brother, who was visibly disturbed, the police stated the boy told them that a clown-like pale man in a brightly colored outfit with a large grin had come to visit them in the middle of the night through their window. He spoke no words, but the boy could understand what the man was trying to tell him. He stated his brother went with the man willingly, but he was so terrified he couldn't do anything about it. The boy stated the clown-like man had told him he would be back in 1 year for him as well. The police were never able to locate the missing 9-year-old boy. His older brother never changed his story of what he witnessed that night or the stranger's chilling warning. 1 year later, to the day, when the boy's parents woke up, they discovered their older son was missing as well. No signs of the now 12-year-old boy were ever found. The room looked exactly as the parents had last saw it the night before. The only difference was the window was wide open.
Number 4. The Wolf Had Hands. In the 1800s, a young girl went missing while traveling with her father, and her father and 2 hunters began searching frantically for her. She wasn't found till the next day, and when she was found, she had quite the story to tell. When her father asked her where her hat was, her reply was, "The wolf ate it." When asked about her gloves, she informed him that the wolf ate it. When asked why she didn't respond when they yelled for her, she said, "He wouldn't let me." And when asked what she ate while she was lost, she said, "The wolf brought me berries in his hands." This story was ran in several of the newspapers in the day, and the story was so spectacular, it was reprinted several times, even decades after.
Number 3. The Firestarter. In March of 2011, a 3-year-old girl in the central Philippines began drawing attention of the locals for her ability to set fire to objects without even touching them and even predicting exactly when objects would catch fire nearby. Her father stated he had learned to heed his daughter's warnings when once, while out with his daughter, she stated that something was going to burn at 9 a.m. Sure enough, at 9 a.m., the spare tire on his motorcycle began to burn. This is even more bizarre, as he stated his daughter wasn't able to tell time, but was able to make prediction as to when something would catch fire. Her father also stated that his daughter needed only look at something and say fire, and the object she was looking at would burst into flames. This has alarmed many of the locals, who have now quarantined off the child in her home and even set up a water truck next to it, just in case.
Number 2. The Thing That Wasn't My Grandmother. On October 1st, 2010, a young 3-year-old boy went missing. He reappeared about 5 hours later with a bizarre account of what happened while he was gone. When recounting these events sometime later to his grandma, he had mentioned that he didn't like his other grandma. When asked what that meant, he said, "She's really a robot." He said, "Don't you remember when I was lost in the woods? The other grandma grabbed me and took me to a creepy place. It was a cave with spiders, and there was purses and guns. I was too scared, so I didn't touch anything. But when she climbed the ladder, the light made her look like a robot. There were other robots too, but they didn't move. She made me lay down and look at my tummy. Then she tried to get me to poop on a sticky piece of paper, but I couldn't go. She told me that I'm from outer space, and that they put me in Mommy's tummy. Then she took me back to the river, and she told me to wait there in the bushes until someone finds me. She had your same hair, your feet, and even your face. But whatever this was, certainly wasn't his grandmother." This story is made even stranger by a statement by the grandmother, saying that in the exact same campground that the young boy went missing in, she had an odd incident a year earlier, where when she was camping out there, she woke up in the morning face down in the dirt, removed both her tent and her sleeping bag. There was an odd puncture wound on the back of her neck, and she felt violently ill and strangely emotionless. The only other odd thing she can recall is catching a glint of red eyes from the tree line that night. At the time, she thought it must have just been a deer.
Number 1. Past life murder. In 2002, German therapist Trutz Hardow published a book entitled Children Who Have Lived Before, Reincarnation Today. In his book, Hardow wrote of a case study by a Dr. Eli Lash, who supposedly met a 3-year-old boy who claimed to have been reincarnated and remembered many details of his past life. The boy was from the Golan Heights region near the border of Syria and Israel. The boy had a long red birthmark on the back of his head, which he claimed was from being murdered by an axe to the back of his head. Having been taken to a nearby village, the boy was able to state his former name and where he lived. While in the village, Dr. Lash interviewed a man who claimed he knew the home's previous owner the boy identified. The villager stated the person who lived there had disappeared 4 years ago and hasn't returned since. As several villagers gathered around the boy, he was even able to identify one of his neighbors, claiming he was the one who had murdered him with an axe after an argument. If that wasn't chilling enough, the boy was even able to show the villagers where his body was buried in a nearby field. When the villagers dug up the site, they located a skeleton with a linear split in the back of the head, consistent with a blow from an axe. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out our video, Top 5 Chilling Things Said by Children. We had such a great time making this video. We've had this topic idea for a while. We were so eager and so excited to finally do this video.
And if you guys enjoyed it, please consider giving us a like, a share, or subscribe. All those things really help us out. And if you really liked it, consider becoming a Patreon, because it's people like that that allow us to keep giving you guys all this content we've been doing.
And if you guys have an idea for a top 5 or an idea for a video, please leave it in the comments below. We love getting fan suggestions. They're some of our most favorite videos that we've done. But most importantly, keep believing.
'Cause we'll keep listening.